You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing layover. There's some type of decision that God kind of sought to sit in the back seat and allow someone to have their final say. I'm getting this energy of like, say your piece now and forever hold it. I I've been picking up on this energy today and yesterday of the tables completely turning on someone. And this is an energy that wanted to possess your mind. They wanted to project their feelings of insecurity, their feelings of not being able to withstand the fact that they felt as though they were shrinking in your presence. This energy wanted to pour into you the feeling of obsessiveness, the feeling of wanting to want them that they felt for you. They went about it in such a sketchy, horrible way, to the point where for some of you, they have done illegal things. They have, either spiritually speaking or logically in 3D terms, but for a lot of you, it's spiritually speaking. They did a lot of illegal things to get you to want them, to get you to have a sense of obsession. They wanted to kind of cut to the chase, is what I'm hearing, or rig the rules. They wanted to rig something. They did not want to be on an even playing field with you. And this is what I'm hearing. God allowed this person to believe that they won. They allowed this person to believe that they had won over you, that they got away with something. But the tables are turning, and they're turning overnight. It's such a bizarre energy. It's like overnight. It's almost like somebody just snapped out of it. You snapped out of it. And all the energy that they've been trying to harness in you to feel about them is bouncing right back. It's almost like all the disease and discomfort and fear of loss that they were holding at bay because of their desire to maintain their ego, to maintain this perception of themselves. What I'm hearing is that they didn't like the reflection that they received from you. They didn't like what reflected back to them. There was something very honest about your mirroring. When they were with you, they could see exactly who they were. The mirror didn't lie. The perception was so clear of who they were. And this person almost wanted to dig a hole inside your being, inside your body, your mind, your spirit, in order to bury themselves, to plant themselves in a way that you could never uproot them. But it's funny, they almost did that in a mirror effect, meaning they did that to themselves. They're now in a position where you are the one that's planted deep in their soul, deep in their core, and they can't uproot you. You have your essence, and in a way, when they were trying to plant their essence in you, God has been working in reverse with this energy this whole time. And it's funny because I'm getting like they knew this would turn against them. Like they were hoping against all odds that they would run away from the truth. And now they're having to face the truth in such a brutal way, to the point where your door is shut. Because at one point, they did have the capacity, the ability to deal with the truth and you be of some kind of comfort to them. But that's just not how this specific energy dynamic is going to play out. This is one of those stories that people on the outskirts might think of it as a sad story, as an unfortunate happening, but it was exactly the way it was meant to be. Please take this message as it resonates for you. It was exactly as it was meant to be. And what I'm hearing is that this craft, because a lot of things can be considered witchcraft. They can be considered, as long as you're working to manipulate energy against someone, it is called witchcraft. And this person, this energy was doing this to you, male or female. And all of this is now backfiring, and they're having to, this is what I'm hearing, they're having to realize that all the craft that they were doing it on themselves. You're walking away from the situation almost as though you're unscathed, like nothing was done to you. No amount of attachment is going to be left. It's almost like it's scraped from the bottom. Like everything about this energy that maybe you cared for, maybe you wanted to get to know better, or you didn't want to quite let them go. But what I'm hearing is God is scraping it all the way to the bottom of the barrel. Whatever attachment, whatever desire, whatever energy that they were trying to plant in you is literally being rooted out, like by the hair, and it's planted in the center of their being right here. And I'm hearing, like, I felt nervous. Like, this is what I got. Like, I had this energy of feeling all of a sudden nervous, like adrenaline, like a panic in my gut a couple of days ago when this message was kind of forming inside of me. And it's so scary. Like, I'm so scared because they're in a very vulnerable position, because this energy was working to make you vulnerable to them, to make you care for them, because they were afraid and threatened by you. They were afraid and threatened by the wholeness of your being. And they walked around masquerading for a very long time, believing that they were whole, that they were complete, that they didn't need to do much work on themselves because they were dealing with people beneath them. I'm just going to speak facts. They were dealing with people who they could hide their true identity from. But your just being, your frequency, right, reflected back to them all the areas that they wanted to hide, all the areas that they felt like they weren't up to par. And instead of seeing that as a positive event, like a prayer was answered for them, because this is an isolated, lonely energy that felt like they never were able to see eye to eye with people, that they could school people on some things. But you, without having uttered a single word, you maybe in a state where you needed to still grow, reflected back to this energy that felt so confident. And they may have masked as confident in your presence. They may have even like shoved you to the side, or spoken bad about you, or just been smug in general. And all of this, I need you to know, was a complete and utter projection, because they saw your higher self. God made sure to show them, even when you did not see about yourself, show them your highest self. And that was it. That was the challenge for them. That was the scale that God was holding, to show them that this energy, this person, has been rooted in evilness. They have been rooted in injustice. And they have never gotten the opportunity to see themselves for what they were capable of. And there is no hiding from themselves anymore. For whatever purpose that God has done this to this individual, I don't know what plans that this God has for this person, because they're in a position now where they have to make it or break. And there is a purpose to that, which I'm not privy to, but there is a purpose that God has for this individual, and I have this feeling that it's a strong purpose, that it's profound, like it is about to be groundbreaking change for them. And you were just like, it's funny because you were a victim in this, or you were used in this as a seeming victim. That's what I'm hearing. A seeming victim. A person who was in disguise. A person who pretended like they didn't know what was going on. Even though God was whispering to you, God was showing you telepathically, intuitively, exactly what your role was to play in this. And God used you because you are malleable. You're very strong energetically. And your wisdom surpasses even that which you think you know. And You are, in a way, very submissive to God, submissive to the highest level of love and understanding. So God selected you for this purposeful mission in order to not only change a particularly like very rigid individual, but also to change your perception of yourself, is what I'm hearing. Like who you are, your throat, your heart, there is an alignment that's being gifted to you through this experience, because for a lot of you, it's not easy. It's not going to be an easy experience. It's going to be very, very challenging and difficult. It's going to involve a lot of heartache and heartbreak, and almost like your heart is being wrenched out and stomped all over in front of you. Almost like, God, really? Like, really? How did you expect me to deal with this? But you are. And this is what I'm hearing. They foolishly thought they were getting everything they wanted, but they didn't understand the trick of karma. They didn't understand it. And you know what's funny? They did. This is that energy that did, but for whatever reason, perhaps they've gotten away with outsmarting other people in the past, but they weren't dealing with you. They were dealing with God's source. You were just a knowing puzzle piece that was acting like a passenger, is what I'm hearing. More pleasure will enter your life because of this good karma. You're not attached anymore. This is what I'm hearing. Whatever this energy did in terms of witchcraft or in terms of energy craft, in terms of manipulation, the opposite, you're about to be gifted with the opposite, is what I'm hearing, like good pleasures in your life in terms of this codependency. Anything codependent in you is completely rooted out because of this energy. That is the gift that you're receiving. So if you're asking God, why have you made me go through this? You've almost lost faith in people, hope, and something in you has profoundly been repositioned to the person that you were meant to be all along since the very beginning, is what I'm hearing. You are literally anchored and rooted. If you're getting this message and you've resonated with this so far, you are on concrete ground right now. Like you are literally rooted in such a fertile soil. And the idea of needing other people or needing validation or even having a struggle with regards to what you represented in relationships, what you were offered in return for all the effort that you put forward, something in you has been a curse of some sort, a misunderstanding of your true nature has been rooted out and replaced with this free-flowing energy. And it's all because of karma. It's all because of like this mirror effect that has happened as they tried to project onto you or tried to put or instill in you a sense of attachment. They've actually removed it from you. They had no idea what they were signing up for. There was a part in their mind, in their soul, that was telling them, whispering to them, no, stop. But they couldn't. They couldn't because I'm hearing it was too tempting. It seemed so easy. It's so easy. It seems so easy to destroy you, my dear. But every time you grow, every time indestructible, every time you somehow, I mentioned this before in my other video, but the rose that grows out of the fire, that is you. Lately, the energy that I've been channeling, this is for you. My God, you're phenomenal. Phenomenal. And you are to know that. And that is why God allowed that particular situation. With that being said, I'll leave it here. I don't reach out for readings. I don't comment in comment sections. That is not me. If there's no highlight on the name, even though they're using my picture, it's not me. I don't reach out for prayer requests. I try to handle these people as soon as they show up, but I need you to also take a aware kind of, I can't even talk anymore. I need you to be aware, because these people are out there targeting people who shouldn't be targeted. Like, you shouldn't be targeted that way. But, that's neither here nor there. I just need you to take care of that before I take care of it, because sometimes I don't get to these people until they've commented on every single comment that you guys put down. So just remember that. My email is in the description box, and so is my book, Sad Girl. It talks about all of these taboo things that we don't really want to reach into, even though we feel it every single day. And everything is in the description box, so enjoy. I will see you next time. Bye.